Master. Clever is who make you again Sktv benyo. Say my journey, tina get as say my yamo. And yes I know money, emu aye yo. And you love emu aye yo.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
And I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I can't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I didn't ya to money. And I said ya to money, and I can't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money. And I don't get it now ya to money. That's the baby. And I don't get it now. Cause you walk on my ya to money. Yeah. Oh.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and out of the globe. Qualified people who waiting to sell. The flesh, the time, and the efforts are red. The broadcast we giving are real and the premise from best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside to Raji to Chile, from Vancouver, Bombing, Kidman, Montserrat to San to Bacalu, from Maryland, Bonkan to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.
Maybe it looks like you're muted. Nobody hearing you. You muted yourself.
Yes, sorry. Okay, good. Yes, good. Just on mute. Thank you, Mr. Cannon. It's good. You know, it's good. That's why people keep saying sometimes it's good that you people are team, because sometimes you may not see another thing that someone else will be seeing. But that's good, Mr. Cannon. Good. I don't know, where are you? That location looks so different. Is like it's somewhere around, but I guess
I'm in Manchester, United Kingdom.
Oh wow, Manchester, and that's great. Wow, he just man, he just arrived. By the time Arsenal finished playing that game on our side, but again that's good, and I know that you watch the game on tonight. But good evening. I know it's maybe we have 1 hour ahead of you people, or maybe ahead of the people on our side, right?
No, they are ahead of you guys 1 hour.
Okay.
It's 7 p.m. here, 7:03.
Oh wow, that's great. And it says 3 here. Wow, that's good. Well, anyway, I've been today. It's one of the so many things to talk about. Even though former representative Gabriel back Matthew asked that in fact he been behind us, so that he can also come in to talk about some of the national issues. He was around here, I think sometime in either January or February, when the impasse at the Capitol building was intensifying. He came here also to speak about some of the ills and some of the happening there. And again, he said, I should inform you, he said, Mr. Baker, I want to have my say on some of the national issues quick before time, because I don't want for people to say maybe we were quiet when some of the things were going on, and also the elections in Nimba and happening in Riverside, the rainy season, the bar rules and so forth. But Mr. Kane, good evening, and they're happening in Nimba. Nimba can taking another train. People are not attacking instead of discussing the issues.
Yeah, so what's the matter with our guys in Sktv-Lib? What's going on with them? Are they okay? Because for some reason,
yes, I call Cyprian said they are all set. Actually, they've been having some technical problem, but I think all is not well, and but they're okay. So I think they will be joining us very, very soon. The only people who are having a little bit difficulty is the people that in Bon County. He said there's heavy rainfall in Bon County. So because of that, they may not join us. But if the rain cease or subside, then they will join us. So I'm also trying to get the people that is Redru, Grand Gila County. Yes, indeed, very soon they'll be joining us here on the show. But go ahead, Mr. Kana.
Okay. So, but you sending the link, right?
Yes, indeed, I did. Just send the link across to the other team members. Even whether they are good or not, they may like to join us.
I think Mong is here. Mong, my man, welcome. What's up?
What's up, guys? What's going on? Today, Wednesday, May week, the May week edition of Sktv. What's going on? I'm here. I'm monitoring 2 events. I'm monitoring the race in Nima County, and I'm waiting for the Champions League between Arsenal and Real Madrid within an hour. For me, I sent a warning shot to Arsenal fans. I told them, I said, Real Madrid is the most mentally resilient team in the entire European football competition, and they have done it on so many occasions. So Arsenal get one job. If they want to progress, they should keep Real Madrid off the score sheet for as long as possible, because I know Real Madrid will score, but the question is how many goals will they be able to score and at what time in the game? Because if Real Madrid gets an early goal at the Bernabeu, Arsenal can they can kiss it goodbye. In the first 15 or 10 minutes, if Real Madrid scores and they go to the tunnel for the first half with a 1 or 2-0 lead, trust me, Arsenal is done. That's what I have to say.
Oh. So to be honest with you, I'm a Madrid fan. I've been Madrid, all my life, but I don't really expect much today, because to be behind 3 goals to nothing, and Arsenal has a very good team, especially when it comes to the forward. They can score at any time. So when you are behind 3-0, this is based on aggregate.
Mm-hmm.
So unless Madrid is able to score 3 goals in the first half, then you can fight the rest of it through. If they score 1 more, then you can score another one. But to be behind 3, and the possibility of these guys scoring is very high. So I don't want to hope much. But again, it's Madrid when it comes to
Champions League.
Yeah, no other team like
a
Madrid.
whole different animal in that competition.
Yeah, it's a whole different thing. They can come from behind right now, and you will be surprised.
It is so, Mr. Kato, just add to what Mom was saying. Maybe in the first 30 minutes, if they score 2, then I think they will be doing better, or they may likely qualify. But if it end maybe 1-0,
but how are they going to stop Arsenal
from scoring? That's the challenge there. But
that's
let me
tell you, Madrid is Madrid, but the problem for Madrid nowadays is the midfield is not stable.
Mm-hmm.
Since the departure of Toni Kroos, that guy from
Germany, the
Germany.
Yes.
And Madrid is now, he's going down. So Madrid is not as strong as she used to be. So because of that, the defense is not all that. Especially the 2 left back, the 2 back, left and right.
Mm-hmm.
The center back is good, but we used to have Marcelo.
Yep.
And on the left, and the other guy, what's his name?
Danny Carvajal.
Danny Carvajal on the other side, on the right-hand side. Then Ali, so you have some guarantee, because they can go all the way in and come back very fast. But these guys that are there right now, I don't understand. But again, there's a time for everything. I believe Madrid they can make a surprising comeback, but
it's a tough thing.
I think Arsenal has
an edge, right?
Has the edge. I'm a fan of Madrid. I'm a big fan of Madrid, and I can bet for Madrid or anything, but this time around, it's not easy.
But Mr. Kana, I want to ask you the question, and maybe Monk can also chip in on that. The way the game, the kind of excitement coming from Real, because Madrid, they are not deterred. Even when I Arsenal leading them 3 or 4-0, They have the momentum more than even Arsenal. So, Mr. Kane, let me ask you this question: are they doing these things maybe to put fear in Arsenal players, or what?
No, no.
Or, or, yeah.
Let me tell you what Madrid is. For Madrid, whether you're leading them or they're leading you, they keep their cool. The confidence is just there. They feel like they can come back anytime and do anything.
Wow.
So like that, likewise Madrid fans. So Madrid fans believe in Madrid so much. They believe that even if Madrid is down by five go to nothing, Madrid can still make a comeback. That's why. But I'm not like that. I'm a big fan of Madrid, but I don't think I don't see the possibility. If it happen, I'll be very happy. But I don't see the possibility.
For me, the reason I came out with that theory because Madrid have done it like 4 or 5 times in the last 6 years. They did it against Manchester City, they did it against Chelsea, they did it against PSG and somebody else. I know Madrid
and they did it against Bayern Munich.
Bayern Munich. I know Madrid is not a team that they used to be, but there is just something about that team in terms of mentality that you don't want to give them an edge. Because with Arsenal have been losing for a very, very long time. So mentally, if Real Madrid gets an early goal, I'm not saying that they are going to win, but it's going to be very, very tough for Arsenal. So Arsenal shouldn't go out and begin, we got 3-goal lead and they think it can be a cakewalk for us. They need to keep Real Madrid off the score sheet. I will say again, if Real Madrid scores in the first 15 minutes, Arsenal will have a very long night at the Bernabeu. But anyway, guys, that's it.
So maybe it looks like Cyprus is here. It looks like Muna is here, but they're all behind. They behind the scene without seeing them. So Muna, are you there?
I'm here. You know, whenever I'm behind the scene, that's meanwhile, then my camera is acting off load internally, so I can get back on it. You can see me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's okay if it comes back on. If
you will see me. Once the internet gets set up, and then definitely you can see me and get back. My side.
Yeah, because the way you're looking fine, if you did that, somebody tell me, you're your sister engaged now. I don't know because nobody. Nobody call out to me.
No, so, I I'm my own CEO. I'm my own CEO.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, so our Cyprian just drop off. Hopefully he will come back. But yes, maybe what's going on? Muna, let's ask Muna first. Muna, what's going on in Grand Jura County?
Let me say good to be here. Yeah, this Wednesday. I know yesterday I was not on due to bad weather. Yeah, that's why I kept off. Anyway, that's it. So good to be here today. Grand Jura is okay. Just that the immigration back checkpoints to other various areas, but the citizens here, they are saying they are not interested in any checkpoints because they are creating more checkpoints to take money from the citizen. They can be free. Also, even the caucus, they all talk about it that no checkpoint will be added again. The checkpoint are here will be read there so that the citizen can get free movement. So if the immigration want another checkpoint, they should be able to go to the various borders to work under the CR how alien coming in, how they coming in and thing. But adding another checkpoint, it will hinder the free movement of citizens because we're not war. So that's what happened right now in Grand Jura County. Other than that, everything is going on smoothly.
Wow, that's good to know. Hopefully they will get similar checkpoint to look at through border where in Koga bringing people in from Ivory Coast. Hopefully the immigration can increase their presence there.
Yeah, sure.
And they should be able to arrest and stand by all the people that Koga is bringing to become vote for him.
Definitely.
Well, because now I see the government people, you not immigration, people on that side. But anyway, what's going on in the nation's capital?
Well, thank you, Mr. Kara. Actually, I just like some of the jokes that can always come on the show. But again, we moved. Indeed, the nation capital is cool. Apart from all of the talking about Nima County politics and so forth, back to back, the politicians or quote unquote all of the political parties, they are now gearing up for the Nima County election, having their own endorsement. So who to support, mind you, the government candidate who was hugely or heavily supported, or who is heavily supported by the government, Samuel Koga, also who the vice president, also in Nimba campaigning, and also the opposition political parties in Liberia also, they are also putting their supports beyond some of the candidates, who are independent, who are also on political parties and so forth. So yes, this evening we get a report that some Chinese investors, they in fact they just enter in country, but we're still waiting to hear word from the government as to what kind of investors are there. Because mind you, we have so many resources. So we are waiting as to which type of investor they are and what they really want to invest in. So yes, indeed, so far so good, Mr. Connor and the rest of the team. All attention is in Nimba County as we speak, and people are following all of the activities from Nimba with all of the hard politics. Thank God that Cyprian Cody is there to give us all of the update, the trouble politics, the back-to-back attacks, and so forth. So again, we're good back here in the nation capital.
Thank you, Maybon, as always. Cyprian, are you there? Cyprian
is here. I'm here. You can hear me, right?
My man, how you doing? I was worried about you. I just get ready to pay fine because I've called you. I don't know how many times you're not answering. I gotta call Joseph Boakai now to intervene before you start showing face. But how you doing? How's everything? How's the secretary and how is the Nimba County and the election?
Oh well, we're doing great. We thank God everything is going fine. The heat is on now in Nimba County. Judging from what you've been seeing, yourself on social media, some of the candidates prostrating on the ground. So too many things are happening, but it's been a wonderful process.
Man, Cyprian, you know how to make things fun, man. Is it frustrating? Is it a man falling down on the ground? I saw a man falling like the dust going all over the place. Then you say, man, frustrating. Anyway, I'm just cracking joke. Go ahead.
So it's serious now. So today, the Vice President of the Republic of Liberia, along with the Rescue Alliance, as we speak, they're here, the Sktv-Lib today. We saw also the candidate that was, in fact, the aspirant that was rejected, Prophet Key, came along with them. Before he used the occasion today to endorse the candidature of Samuel Koga, except that some of the comments coming from him, many people have condemned it, being very troubled, being very toxic. The politics coming out of the camp is too toxic, especially with a few days remaining in the campaign activities here. But besides that, everything is okay. And I'm sorry that we had difficulties. We had some technical difficulties recently. We just solved it today. And for the network issue here, we got serious network problems. So sometimes if you don't get me, that means the network, almost all the time, the network is down. Lone Star is down. If not Lone Star, then it's got to be Orange Network. So we're really struggling here. But everything is going fine.
Maybe you saw it from the political leader of TMC because I attacked him.
Yes.
I attack him because of your business. So I know that will reflect on you guys.
He called me up this morning and said, "My man, what's going on?" I said, "Chief, we'll be having some technical issues." But the Sktv people they've been complaining, what's going on? I said, "No, but we will resolve everything by the grace of God. We will be here now, with the technical issues solved. We just pray that the network should be active all the time. We'll be here. It's good for you to, connect with us, and we ourselves connecting with you so the world can know what is happening with us here in Nimba County."
All right. So let's go to my man, the chief analyst for Sktv, the Brazilian monk. My man, what's going on? What's new? What caught your attention, my man? What's going on?
Well, I think Cyprian just covered everything. That video, I don't know if I shared with Maybon. I think it was very, very nasty. And he trying to, like, the tribal politics thing. I don't know when we're going to get past that. But it was a statement that came from, I think, Flo Toma. I was like, that's the confirmation. I think that was the confirmation of the whole Prophet Key saga, that this thing is a number game. And they want to secure every single vote in Nimba County for Koga. So I was like, okay, now it makes sense. Or it makes sense for some of us, at least, but the ordinary people got the opportunity to see exactly what this thing is all about. Because I think Prophet Key spoke immediately after he spoke. So I look at it and I say, okay, now we know exactly what's going on. And Cyprian said it well. In as much as we want to shy away from the tribal politics, it seems like our people just cannot get away from it. And I posted on my wall earlier this morning. I said, if performing traditional rites is the new standard that we cannot compare people's record as to what they would do, or they will have the best interest of the country, then we might as well start making the traditional chiefs and elders lawmakers, representatives, and senators. Because if you are a lawmaker and you cannot show me anything for the time you've been in the legislature, but you believe that you can perform this traditional rite or rituals or however you want to call it only to secure the vote, then let's just turn the traditional chiefs and elders into the news, senators and representatives. That would make sense instead of wasting your time, because that's just all I'm saying. Cyprian used the words of prostrate, but at the end of the day, it's just why it is. I saw the video, and it was heartbreaking. Even though I love tradition, I understand tradition. We are African people, but the whole thing about putting tradition into politics, I just don't understand what it's all about. We want to hear something tangible from these candidates, and we're not getting anything so far. It's just about theatrics and showmanship, and that's just why it is. I don't know, Sekou, how this race is going to turn out. Yeah.
Yeah, so a quick update as for me. Currently, I'm in United Kingdom. I'm in Manchester. So I'm not in the United States right now. And fortunately for me, I'm here with my political leader, with some other hierarchies of the CMC. We had a dinner. I mean, we had a breakfast today together. They had a lunch, but that I was sleeping because I was so tired when I was in the flight the whole time from New York to here. So we will be gathering this evening. I might do some videos just to make Melbourne jealous. I will share some of the things we're going to be doing this evening. I don't know whether you guys will allow me to carry on SKTV. Other than that, I will carry on my own page, personal page. If you follow me, then you will see it there. But on a serious note, if you're a Liberian and you live in the United Kingdom or you live anywhere in Europe, it is an opportunity for us to see, communicate. Whether from the SKTV standpoint, we are here. We got a lot of friends and followers and well-wishers, friends across the world. And I have some call from some of the people that say they want to come, not for CMC, but they want to come see me in person because they've been hearing about me. They've been listening to me for years. Some of them are admirers, they want to go, they want to go see me in person. So I see Melbourne start shaking her head, but people that are coming that so Banamere, don't think say that.
Yeah. Don't worry yourself. I know because I have a very, very strong network.
So they're not Jude coming to see me. I
have a very, very strong network.
But some little can come to see me. I ain't got a problem with it because I ain't got no bad intentions. So I'm like, Melbourne and where you other guy is Steve? It's Steve. I'm not like Melbourne and Steve. So yeah, but on a serious note, we are here. I'm going to be in the UK for the next 3, 4, 5 days.
Wow.
And while I'm here, I'm likely travel to Brussels, Belgium, to see some family there in some other area in Europe, if possible. But the purpose that we are here for is to have a serious conversation, in-person meeting, and concluding some of the work that we have been doing remotely. That's why we got a lot of heads. We're going to be in one room, to discuss serious issues. We started this morning while we were making breakfast. There are some good people actually that came through, and I'm very excited to be associated with the people of the CMC. I think we should be hopeful as a country. I think the change is coming. Change we actually need in Liberia as a nation, because they only require serious-minded people and the love you have for your country. Because there's no shortage of educated people in Liberia. There's no shortage of resources in Liberia. We have everything at our disposal, but putting it into good use and for the people, that has been a problem. And I think CMC is about to change that that way of politics, and hopefully we'll do that. Beyond that, we have there's an organization here, Liberian organization. They selected our political leader to be the keynote speaker, and that program going to be on Saturday. But then before Saturday, CMC will have a town hall conversation with Liberians in the UK and around the United States. So there's a work in progress to take the program live through Sktv, so that people also can benefit. Those who are our friends, they can follow me, or they can be able to see it. We did it before when ANC people, the CMC, CPP people, actually, when they hire us, they pay us. We went to Sacramento, California. We carried the town hall meeting there with Mr. Cummings and Liberians. Remember I told you guys I went to church and I paid offering and everything? It was in California. So they said, oh, so but the program, it will require go to church. I said, but we tell you, say,
I can't go to church, huh?
I'll go to church, I will die. I said, we tell you, say, I'll go to church, I will die. I said, oh, let me go. I mean, let's go there. I want to listen to the pastor too. Every day I can listen to Imam, so I want to listen to pastor sometimes. So it's not bad. So yeah, it was good. So we might do similar thing here to carry the CMC political leaders town hall meeting with Liberians, so that Liberian people outside of Liberia too can also listen to their fellow Liberians and also know what's on their minds as to what they think and what are some of the problems they may have too, or some of the questions they may have for the political leader. So Sktv will likely, I'm not even sure 100%, because if I have somebody to help me with the camera thing and do a lot of other stuff, but because I may not be able to do a lot of stuff, because if I have to do certain thing, it'll be hard for me to do the camera at the same time, do it. But I'll work on getting some help if I can, so we can carry a live, so you guys can see what's going on here. Beyond that, what's going on in Liberia, I am totally confused about what is going on with Joseph Boakai government. And I'm very, 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 very embarrassed to see what I saw today. At some point, I don't know if you can remember, I even beg you guys here for us to not even mention the likes of Prophet Key when it comes to running for senatorial position in Nimba County, my county of birth. Because our country, after 177 years, we have to show some seriousness. We have to show some, some respect for ourselves and for our country. Somebody who rose to prominence through Marcos, to be elevated at this level by a state government, it tells you that that government is a serious joke. A serious joke. It means that you don't have to do anything good to be respected in Liberia. Remember when we said Chancellor remains the most popular politician in Liberia? People still believe if Chancellor comes today, he could be president. You know how we elevated other warlords, killers, criminals, thieves. But yet, when it comes to other people, their mouth can be sharp, but they have no integrity. They are not showing any level of integrity. They have blemished the image of our country completely. Where in the world somebody that you accuse of electoral fraud or identity fraud that was in jail a minute after being released, that person is on the campaign trail with the sitting vice president, the person who only work is to insult women. Is that the standard we are setting for our country? Just because you want to vote? It is embarrassing. And it doesn't show any seriousness about us as a country. How? I mean, what are you going to tell your children? What are you going to tell your children? What standard are you setting for them? Do they really have to go to school? Do they really have to be humble? Do they really have to be respectful? And then you're speaking of, the level of hypocrisy on the part of the Unity Party people. If someone disagrees with you, Joseph Boakai, the matter, man, you don't got tradition, you don't respect tradition, you don't respect other people, but you have no moral. Your vice president is proud, and you guys are proud to be endorsed by the Marcos General, the guy who gives nothing else. He doesn't do anything for Liberia. The only thing he does is to insult women in a very, very bad way. But yet you are proud to be identified with that person. Then when somebody state the fact about Joseph Boakai, you're not correct, you're not good, you question the president and you question the old man that is older your man and your pa. The other person who is insulting other people's mother, insulting all women, is now a celebrity in your government. You said the man could not be a cultural ambassador because of his record, but it's good to be campaigning with the vice president simply because he wants to vote in Nimba County. It's very insulting to the people of Nimba County, thinking that the likes of Prophet Key will be the one to actually sway the vote. There will be some young people that are amused by what he does, but no reputable person or responsible person supposed to even stand and take picture with this guy. If you really have pride for yourself, if you really respect culture and value. But it tells me that Joseph Boakai is actually, there's no difference between Joseph Boakai and Jeremiah Kun, because Boakai said he can dance with the devil just to get your vote. If Kun can be with Prophet Key now today, even after freeing him, releasing the guy from prison who was allegedly arrested for fraud, who is only known for insulting people's mother, but you are proud to be identified with that person, to go through the campaign trail with that person, to even sought their support. What are you telling your children? What are you telling Liberian people? Also, when I saw Koga falling down today, it only proved the level of desperation in him. It also proved that Koga has nothing to show. Koga has nothing to provide to the Nimba people. After Nimba people giving the opportunity to serve them for 13 years, the only thing you got to tell, show them as an achievement is to fall down. Fall down, the Papa will forgive me. They will tell the children to vote for me. That's the achievement. When I fall down in the dust, or if I can dance, go, and start jumping all over the place, then the Nimba people vote for me. Man, Nimba people, they are better than that. Nimba people know better, and they can do better. Nimba people want substance. They want substantive achievement. They want development. They want you to show them what have you done. Not how long you can dance for. Now for you to be like running like some kind of zombie somewhere, like you don't even know what you're doing, you want for running. That's not achievement. The achievement is not for you to go and give money to few elders who are poor. You make them poor. You continue to make them poor. They have their children, they're now working. The children are already taking care of them, but you're not giving them job. Only to call the few women and get them money and come further in front of them and say now they may respecting tradition. Respecting tradition by falling that in under the women and feet, but yet you bring it on board somebody who is new for insulting women, causing mad cause on a daily basis. So you're confusing the people. Now, the yardstick now to becoming somebody important in the society, you must know how to cause man. Or the yardstick now for becoming a senator, for political presidential endorsement, a vice presidential endorsement, you must know how to fall down on the floor. You must know how to jump over their body. You must know how to dance and be running like a beheaded chicken. Let me say it the other way. Be running like a cut-head chicken, because when you say the beheaded chicken, maybe they will not understand that. Like when you cut the chicken here alive and then drop the chicken again, the way the chicken can be going out, Koga can be moving. But that's not what we want. The country deserves better, and the county of Nimba deserves more. I'm embarrassed that our vice president, who's supposed to be the pride of Nimba, has reduced himself to this level, trying to shove somebody on the throat of Nimba people, that the president say, I'm gonna bring the mayor, I'm gonna come get the vote, I'm gonna move from here until I carry the vote, the victory to him. So I'm gonna come here and make the man senator, and I take him and go give him to the president. So you own the Nimba people? Nimba people are not stupid. Nimba people are gonna vote for Koga if Koga was doing the good thing for them. But you can't force Nimba people to do something for you because you are the government. You're already ungrateful to the people. They gave you 2023 election. All the promises you made to them, you never followed through any of them. You lied to the Nimba people. The young people are angry. The older people are angry. The market people are angry. They're even complaining that everything is expensive for them right now. To solve that problem is not for you to come fall down on the people's feet. To solve that problem is not for you to come and take people to be costing people mad. Nimba people are better than that. We have a lot of educated people in Nimba. We got a lot of young people, energetic people in Nimba. And in this election, we have a lot of good people, good sons and daughters of Nimba County that are in the race. Koga is an Nimbayan, but Koga already got a job. And people, you're listening to this. Koga has a job. Koga was just elected in 2023 for 6 years. He may only win 1 year. So they met in the second year now. Koga, you're trying to be greedy. And Joseph Baka and Kumu trying to force Koga on the Liberian people, on the Nimba people, simply because they want to add to their number of violators of laws. Koga, the one that are leading the problem right now we have in the House of Representatives. So electing Koga will be adding more insult to injury. You'll be creating more problem for the Liberian people. Beyond that, even though they're going to be stealing more money, but they are going to open up another expense for the Liberian people at your expense. By electing Koga right now, you're going to pour all again in spending another $2-3 million again for another by-election. That's not fair to the other Nimbayans. Koga is not the only son, only good son that you would think he is. Let's forget about his achievement. He has done nothing whatsoever. He can't point to anything tangible that benefited the people of Nimba County. But beyond that, Koga is not the only son of Nimba County. Nimba got good sons and daughters from all the tribes in Nimba. If you want a Gio person, he's not the only Gio, qualified Gio, son in Nimba. He's not the only person. Any tribe can be elected for any position in Nimba County or from any other county. If you are a Liberian, you can go to any county and contest. If the people feel that you can do better, they will elect you. But in this case, before I stop, the Nimba people are looking at you. The whole world is looking at Nimba. The whole world is watching us. Liberian people in Monserrado, they prove it to George Weah. In order for us to support you and support what you want, you got to do the right thing for us. Don't lie to us, don't betray us. When George Weah behave as if to say he own the Liberian people, he control them, the Liberian people send a message to him by rejecting his candidate twice in Monserrado. Polita Wade and Thomas Fala. So Nimba people, you should do better. If you vote for Koga, it means that you are happy with the situation, with your condition right now. That Joseph Boakai really pay you guys for what you did for him. Nimba the one that elected Joseph Boakai. But Joseph Boakai kicked the Nimba people with a back foot and say you are nothing. You don't deserve anything. But because of politics now, they're coming back to you to say, you vote for Koga so the Koga can be added. So they can show to the whole world that they control Nimba people. So if you're happy with the way Joseph Boakai treated you, the way Joseph Boakai frustrated Prince Johnson and Kun, even stop talking to Prince Johnson, the way Joseph Boakai changed the phone number on Prince Johnson, he said you don't want to talk to him anymore because he wanted to prosecute the man. And they say because of that, Prince Johnson, could not live. The pressure, the depression that they put on him, that took the man to the earlier grave. The same people coming to you now trying to force you to vote for somebody that they want, not what Nimba people want. That's insulting. And that's been disrespectful to the Nimba people. And believe the young people of Nimba, the women, people that want development, people that want improvement in their lives, they will vote for Mike Blue. They will vote for Mike Blue. They are looking down on young people, disrespecting them. That Mike Blue is not even supposed to be anything because he's young. Can you imagine insulting all the young people? So this is a challenge to the young people in Nimba County, regardless of your tribe, regardless of your district. It's a challenge. They say young people can't do anything. That you're nobody. You shoot to the people and say you're somebody. You shoot to them say the young people are the leaders of the country. So Cyprian, if you're there, tell us what's going on again. When it comes to campaigning, your campaign already started. So how the momentum is like right now? When you change, you be on the radio, you be opening call, lines and stuff. So how is the momentum like in Nimba County today?
Oh yes, like I said from the beginning, today, the momentum is very high among all of the candidates. Because we have just technically 3 days remaining for campaign activities. So all the candidates are out there engaging the voters. The only thing is when you talk to people today about what you were just mentioning, the coming in of proper key, many people are saying that the government is out for something. Like you talk about trying to impose, a candidate on the Nimba people. That's what many people are saying. If you watch the drama that unfolded with Prophet Key, many people say it was a game that the president played and which is anti-democratic. That is, they put this man under pressure. They acted that he had committed crime, which they charged him for forgery. Through the Ministry of Justice, they sent him to police for investigation. He was there. You listen to his one guy can be behind. He was on Spoon Network last night. They even interviewed him. They were at a police station from in the morning, 10 o'clock, all the way to almost 4 o'clock in the evening. The lawyer tried to secure Prophet Key's release. They denied him. Prophet Key's lawyer tried to secure his release. They denied him. But for a government official in the life of Mo Ali, to leave from his office on a working day, drove to the police station, and in no time secured the release of Prophet Key. And just hours after Prophet Key was released, he surfaced in Nimba County. Many people say that they actually see that Prophet Key was pressured He's not doing this. This endorsement is not of his own will. It is a game that the government play with him. You know, put him under the impression that if you don't endorse Koga, you go back to jail. You know, because the crime that Prophet committed, forgery, is a big crime. You know, under our laws, that will maybe have him in jail. If he's found guilty for 6 months or so, with some other things involved. So with that pressure on him, with that, you know, many people are saying that will allow him to come in Nimba County to endorse, you know, Samuel Koga. If you listen to Prophet Key, even after he was denied by the Elections Commission, he had taken a posture of no vote campaign, that he was going to come to Nimba County to encourage his supporters not to vote because he was deprived, you know, of his right to contest the race. But what made he change just after he was, you know, arrested, which many people condemned, he had his right to his lawyer. The lawyer would have to secure his release. But what influence did Mo Ali come with that changed the whole thing around? And if you look at it, some of the chat rooms, you know, if you go into some of the United Party chat rooms, they are clearly saying that Prophet Key release was masterminded by the vice president of the Republic of Liberia. And this vice president was telling people that he is in Nimba County to secure the victory of Samuel Koga by all costs, that the president saying here. So people are talking about level playing field. You know, elections are not just held on elections day. The processes leading to election, once they're not free, once they're not fair, once people see that, you know, you're giving undue advantage to a candidate against the other candidates, then the playing field is not level. That's why it can lead to confusion, people rejecting the elections result, and so forth. The vice president has his right to come in Nimba County and campaign. He has his right, like any other Liberian can do. But if you start to use undue influence, you know, and closing the gap for the other people not to exercise their rights freely, it's also something to talk about. Because let me tell you, on day before, in fact, on Sunday night, Toba Wanake, one of the candidates in this race, was forced to come to this radio station to blow an alarm on an attempt to deprive him of the City Hall, the Silver Compound, for him to have his program. You know, he had to make calls. You know, he's a human right. Yeah, he's a human right advocate. He has contacts in the higher up of government and so forth. So he had arranged, you know, by the elections law they gave him Monday as his day of campaigning on the Silver Compound. But then after he made all of the arrangement and everything, just in the dying minute, which was Sunday night, the mayor of the city of Sktv-Lib, Joseph Wogan, who is also the
somebody you need to mute yourself. You're not talking because something was making noise. It's
okay. Okay, good.
No, not me. I think so. Just in the dying minute, there was this attempt.
I think you got to lock. I think you got to lock.
We can hear you, Mabel.
Okay.
Yeah, and I can hear you too, Mabel.
Yeah, you good.
I can hear you. I think I'm
good.
Right,
go ahead.
Yeah, so I was talking about Toba Wanake, one of the candidates in these elections. He had booked the Silver Compound and the City Hall for his launch, campaign launch, which was slated for Monday in Sktv-Lib. But in the dying minute, he got called from the mayor of Sktv-Lib, Joseph Wogan, who is also the chairman of MDR in Nimba County, that they could not allow him to use the hall, you know, because somebody, I think a school had booked the hall and the school was about to perform, you know, to use the hall for. And the man said, no. He said, this one would not work because there have been attempts to intimidate us, to close the gap for us, to narrow the fee so that we can perform fully to our capacity. But this one would not work. And that's how he came to the radio station. But the pressure that he built up, you know, using the radio, making calls, call the city, the police commander of Nimba County. Yeah, the police commander had to intervene. They had to call as far as the superintendent, Madam Kou Miape Gono, who actually intervened also and said this was not a good sign. You know, they should allow the man to have his program. So these are some of the things that are happening, you know, which have made people to say that the vice president's presence in this election is creating undue advantage to the government preferred candidate against the other candidates in this race. So many people you talk to in Nimba, they say Prophet Key came here only because he was forced to do what he's doing right now. You know, based on what happened to him, he was in jail. The vice president freed him. So yes, what would you expect? If you can't endorse Koga, you go back to jail. I say, well, which one you take? Go back to jail or endorse Koga?
Wow. Thank you so much. So Melbourne,
Yes.
you think this could have a ripple effect? You know, in terms of getting something good out of it, you know, for the action. You think people will, you know, retaliate to the government's action?
Well, Mr. Khan, quickly before I respond to your question, let me say indeed, while we're talking, there was this breaking news also that indeed they've long talk about bill of information for final hearing or their information will be out on Wednesday. That being after the elections. That will be next week, the 23rd of April. That is the latest news we're getting from the court. So at long last, finally, we will know exactly who in charge of the House of Representatives on Wednesday, the 23rd of April. So that's the latest news coming that indeed finally now we will know whether it is Jeff Kofa or Honorable Richard Nabekun, then we'll know on Wednesday. But again, quickly also we have...
let me respond to that quickly, just 30 seconds. When I see it, I will believe it. You know how many Wednesday not come and pass? You know how many promises they have made and they never lived up to it? So I don't even believe them. When I see it, I will believe it. But yeah, go ahead.
I agree, but it's still 20th, and the notice is already there from the Supreme Court. They say 20th, so that's good. Anyway, I believe you also what you're saying. Then again, in passing quickly, yes, we have a surprise guest. Your mayor or Chairman Yato finally is in studio and finally walk in the compound or Truth FM. So we just want to inform all of you, our followers, and Mr. Cannon, yes, your mayor, Chairman Yato, right there. He just want to say hi to all of us and indeed. So. Mr. Cannon, your man there. Yeah, I don't have a good.
Where?
That chairman,
in your studio?
Yeah, we seen the chairman. Yeah, what's going on? Oh,
all right. So this is the chairman.
No, but the man not gonna the man not welcome here. Yeah, the man of my man, boy, the man not welcome because the man can't come here and can't campaign here against my candidate. So let the man book his own time and come.
I agree.
Right now, no, we don't want no surprise guest. But anyway, how you doing? He's not. We're not hearing him. Maybe.
Yeah, he was muted, but I think it's okay now.
You can hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Now we can hear you.
There's a feedback.
I think it's from somebody's cell phone.
You got it?
There's a feedback from their end that they need to.
Yeah,
work it out.
Okay.
It's good now.
Has it been adjusted?
Yes.
Much better.
Thank you. I'm here live in studio.
But when you just became campaign chairman for less than 2 months, then you're getting fired like that now. You get your hero shining like. So you keep getting money now, eh? You still all growing now.
That enjoyment fund.
Anyway, welcome, my brother. What's up? What's going on?
It's wonderful to be here because we are here to present the case for the best person. And we are very proud of where we are now.
How much did you pay Melbourne to kind of appear on the show surprisingly like this?
Melbourne know when there's an echo back to me, so I don't know.
No, but we hear everything looking good right now.
Yeah, but Melbourne knows that when the chairman called, he got to give the chairman a time. And also, I want to come and talk to Sickle one-on-one. And you know, that debate you wanted, and right here now.
No. That debate I want. We can do that. We can do that one tomorrow, sir. One-on-one.
I didn't want to let her go prepare.
I don't even want to debate with me before the election.
yeah, you want to let her go prepare a talking point.
No, you don't even want me to debate with me right now. Because right now my bazooka is not even facing you, and not even facing your candidate. Right now, all my bazooka and everything is facing the General Fordham.
Yeah.
Kennedy who can be flying and jumping there. The man, all my attention is on right now. But now, anybody else.
But you
anyway,
know what they say in politics, that when you are ahead, try to safeguard your position. I believe that this race has come to the good and the bad, and what's best for Nima and what's best for this campaign. In my opinion, we reduce this race to two persons. It doesn't make sure that other people are not good, but we have reduced this race to what is best for this country. And we believe that we've made that case. And that case, the momentum, I was proud, man. The women are collecting dollar, and folks are saying that we are ready to support Edith. And I hope and pray that we all watch the ballot box and let the people of Nima decide. If they want Edith, they will jump straight out. But you can jump over all the body. You can lay down the floor. You can spend all the money. When the people say they want you there ain't nothing you get. So we are proud to be here. And we got some wonderful candidates in the race. Mark is a wonderful person. Garrison is a wonderful person. But we are saying today that when you have 3 children in the race, you choose the best person. If somebody told you, Sekou, and say, I will hire one of your children, are you going to send somebody that can fight a battle? We have a Goliath that have stolen all the money. We need a David. And there will be a Solomon in the next election. And we're willing for Mark to be that Solomon. But they must get rid of the Goliath first before a Solomon can come on. So I'm here to make sure that the validity of the polls are what it ought to be. If the people decide, the voice and the votes must be counted as it was intended and cast. So I want to say thank you for this time, but I'm here to get engaged with the conversation.
all right. Maybe I don't know how much time we have before we go to the news bulletin. I don't know we're gonna have news bulletin today because Chairman Yatu is sitting in the people's seat.
The studio, yeah.
In the news bulletin,
You
people's seat.
Lord, Mr. Kara today, I swear. Because you and that man, don't worry about the debate. More will be here as a chief analyst to
You worry? you want me to?
More like Ninja.
You want me to? Maybe don't be. Maybe I think you don't like Chairman Yatu. I can see that. You don't want me to. Deal with Chairman Yatu and Kennedy today, but I don't think I'm ready for that. But let me tell you this.
No, you say your minister or you're working on some on the other side, please.
Let me say this, Mabon. I like what I'm seeing in my country, except for one thing. I don't just like the fact that the government is trying to force Koga in this race, trying to force Koga on the throat of the Liberian people, especially Nima people. Other than that, I think for me, there's only 2 candidates. There are 2 candidates in this race: Mark Bluon and Edith Konglo. The reason why I'm saying that, that other guy they call Dr. whatsoever his name is, that one a Koga person, a government person. Garrison Yolu, he was just a Koga lawyer to destroy the country. Garrison Yelu. So Koga, Yelu, and all the other people there, most of them are just undercover government people try to confuse everybody, take vote from other people so that Koga can win. But the serious-minded candidate, we have 2 serious-minded candidates. And those are Mark Bluon first, and maybe the lady. But like this guy said, that's true. If you have three, children, you always want to choose the best one. And based on their record, Mark Bloom is a better person. He's very down to earth. He has no criminal record. He has no allegation. He has nothing whatsoever. And the people love him. For the time he served as the Inspector General in that county, the county inspector, he worked with a lot of different people to make Nimba better. He's down to earth. And this guy here, very respectful. And he's very young and energetic. He's been around. He has visited all the cities and towns in the county. He gets along with everybody. He works with older people, young people. That's why he's been endorsed by most of the market women in San Nicola, in Ganta, in Campley, in Saclay, in Ban. So, I would welcome the debate anytime, as long as it's based on substance, as long as it's based on issues. But again, anybody can sit down and say this person is the best person, this person is the best person. By the end of the day, the Nimba people will decide. And the Nimba people know who are the real people in that country, in that election. But anyway, we're going to go to the news bulletin. We'll listen to the news bulletin, then we'll come back. We're going to open the lines in Nimba. We'll listen to the Nimba people first. Then we'll come back now. We'll talk about what the people say. Say we got 3 children, they must choose the best one. Let the people call and tell who is the best one among the people that they are actually going to be voting for in a few days. For me, based on what I know, based on facts available to us, Honorable Mark Boulon is the best one among all of them. But again, let's go to the news bulletin and we'll come after the news and we'll open the line in Nimba County and hear from the people. So thank you. Let me do that right now. Let's bring the news. She's muted. All right, we're good.
Good evening, RCA News Bulletin at 7 and Akita Robert presenting. A traditional midwife in her 70s have been arrested on allegation of medical malpractice that reportedly led to the death of a 24-year-old woman. The Ministry of Health has launched monkeypox vaccination in the country. The Environmental Protection Agency has embarked on a major demolition exercise in Masurado County. And out of Liberia, an American pastor kidnapped by armed men during a church service in South Africa has been freed following a high-intensity shootout that left 3 people dead, police say. These are the headlines. Now the news in detail. The Environmental Protection Agency has embarked on a major demolition exercise in Masurado County. On Wednesday, the EPA, in collaboration with the Liberia Land Authority and the Ministry of Justice, began the demolition of properties built in wetlands along the Sktv Boulevard in Kangatown. The demolition exercise is geared towards avoiding threats of erosion posed by continuous backfilling into wetlands. The Ministry of Health has launched monkeypox vaccination in the country. The launch of the vaccination on Wednesday in St. J. Grand Kebma County aims to protect Liberians against mpox. Speaking during the launching ceremony, the Director General of the National Public Health Institute of Liberia, Dr. Dubert Kresian, noted that the presence of the monkeypox vaccination in the country marks a significant step in Liberia's public health sector and disease control. At the same time, Dr. Yan has disclosed that the vaccine was made available through the efforts of partners from the United States, France, and other countries. Dr. Yan also thanked the Africa Center for Disease Control, the World Health Organization, and other partners for working to bring the mpox vaccine to Liberia, while appreciating the people of Grand Kebma for being the first to try the vaccine. A traditional midwife in her 70s have been arrested on allegations of medical malpractice that reportedly led to the death of a 24-year-old woman. Omar Fotolo was arrested on Tuesday by the Ministry of Justice and the Liberia Medical and Dental Council. The Liberia Medical and Dental Council, in collaboration with the Maserati County Health Team and the Ministry of Justice Public Safety Department, launched a joint investigation which led to Omar Foto's arrest. The Liberia National Police has since opened an official case and is expected to carry out further investigations. According to investigative reports, Omar Foto, who was trained and certified on February 9, 2020, that's 2007, by the Ministry of Health on the Integrated Traditional Midwifery Program, allegedly engaged in unsafe maternal practices by conducting a home-based delivery in breach of national health protocols. Trained traditional midwives are authorized to support maternal care within the community, but are mandated to work in close collaboration with licensed healthcare professionals. Despite being assigned to a recognized health facility, Omar Photo Lloyd reportedly chose to carry out the delivery at her residence. Investigators disclosed that the victim, Grace Jr., age 24, was brought to her around 5 a.m. for childbirth. However, rather than referring the patient to a hospital or qualified medical center at the earliest signs of complication, Omar Photo kept her until approximately 1 p.m., a delay that proved fatal after the patient began gasping for breath. The Liberia National Police has officially dedicated a state-of-the-art headquarters for the Center for the Exchange of Intellectual Opinion, CEO, on Kerry Street in Monrovia. The center was made possible through the sponsorship of Police RG Gregory Corman to promote democratic values, peaceful dialogue, and community engagement. Speaking at the dedicatory ceremony on Wednesday, Police Inspector General Gregory Cormant said the project is intended to create a platform where people can freely exchange their political views and ideas and not to brainwash anyone politically. RG Corman noted that the project is part of the Liberia National Police policing initiative to help support and strengthen the democracy of Liberia. The police RG also used the occasion to call on civil society organizations to support their effort in setting up a designated protest zone in the country where people can go and protest freely to reduce the burden on non-protesters. Report says over 200 students in Amostown, Vengola Chiefdom, rural Maserati County, are currently out of school. The principal of the school, John Blackie, blamed the situation on the recent violent storm that deroofed the entire school building, leaving the children out of school. According to John Blackie, the Ministry of Education has been informed about the incident, but interventions have not been made. The administration of the school and some parents are calling on the government through the Ministry of Education to renovate the school before the rainy season. The Asset Recovery and Property Retrieval Task Force has confirmed that a letter leaked addressed to Finda Bono, former chief of protocol to former President George Weah, is accurate. In a statement, the task force said the letter was part of ongoing investigations under Executive Order 145, which authorized the institution to trace and recover stolen public assets. However, the Asset Recovery and Property Retrieval Task Force condemned what it called the premature and unauthorized release of the letter, suggesting that it may have been leaked by Madame Bono or someone close to her. It noted that the original document contains security features unique to its official communication. The task force clarified that Madame Bono is not being singled out, adding that it's currently working on 26 active cases involving both past and current government officials accused of misusing public funds. In the statement issued on Wednesday, the Asset Recovery team stressed that receiving an invitation does not mean a person is guilty, but rather part of the due process. The Asset Recovery and Property Retrieval Task Force is therefore admonishing invitees to cooperate and maintain confidentiality. The statement quotes the entity as also calling on the media and the public to handle such matter responsibly, warning that leaks could undermine investigations. In another development, the Assets Recovery Task Force has deepened its international outreach with a strategic diplomatic engagement with the Kingdom of Sweden. These engagements, according to an Arab release, are in continual efforts to advance its mission of tracing, identifying, and retrieving stolen public assets. Arab Chairman Councillor Edwin Martin and co-chair Dr. Rennie Jackson recently met with the Swedish ambassador to Liberia, Carl Buckles, at the Swedish embassy in Monrovia. The release quotes Councillor Martin as saying the meeting served to explore avenues for collaboration between the task force and the Swedish government in supporting Liberia asset recovery initiatives. During the discussions, Councillor Martin provided a detailed overview of Arab's mandate, current activities, and the critical role the task force plays in Liberia's anti-corruption agenda. He highlighted that several high-profile cases are currently under investigation as part of a wider effort to retrieve assets illegally acquired at the expense of the Liberian people. Also speaking during the meeting, Ambassador Bakus welcomed the briefing and acknowledged the impact of corruption on Liberia's development. He commended the task force work and reaffirmed Swedish commitment to transparency and the rule of law. The Swedish ambassador pledged to support Liberia in recovering any such assets within Swedish jurisdiction while expressing Sweden's willingness to cooperate in other ways that may help assess recovery team. Former Maserati County Superintendent Grace Pan has been arrested and charged with criminal mischief for allegedly destroying properties valued at $241,450 United States dollars. Pan was taken to the Monrovia City Court after a complaint was filed by Benson Cohn and others who accused her of using heavy machinery to demolish their homes in the 12 Farm community on April 12th. The damaged properties are estimated at US 83,795 and US 157,655, according to the complaint filed at the court. Madam Penn, who was also the vice standard bearer of the Liberia National Union in the 2023 elections, served as Maserati superintendent from 2006 to 2017. United Methodist Church Women's President Dr. Muriel Nelson has resigned from her position and has broken away from the United Methodist Church. She leaked her decision to the Liberia Annual Conference recent ratification of regionalization, a move she claims accelerates the UMC's departure from traditional Methodist doctrine. Dr. Muriel Nelson resignation comes amid the deepening rifts within the UMC, fueled by years of division over same-sex marriage. In her resignation letter addressed to the Liberia Annual Conference and the West Africa Central Conference Women, Dr. Nelson condemned the 2020 to 2024 General Conference decision, which she said legalized homosexuality in the United Methodist Church, approved the ordination of self-avowed practicing homosexuals, and does redefine marriage to include same-sex unions. She argued that these changes have divided the women into factions, with many aligning with breakaway groups such as the Bible-based UMC, the Global Methodist Church, and the Independent Methodist congregations. Others, she noticed, have left the UMC entirely to find peace in serving God outside the denomination. Dr. Nelson emphasized that the women's organization, while historically autonomous in its operation, remains connected to the UMC through missions and ministries. However, she stated that the rebranding UMC no longer aligns with the theological conviction of many Liberian Methodist women. The superintendent of the Monrovia Consolidated School System, James Momo, says several individuals are undergoing investigation for their alleged connection to the Wednesday attempted attack on the facility. Momo lamented that Wednesday's incident was the third attack experienced by his leadership. He accused Assistant Superintendent of the NCSS, Emmanuel Robertson, of being the mastermind, evidenced by Robertson's accusation of his leadership of misappropriation of funds. According to him, Assistant Superintendent Robertson is bent on manipulating some alumni of the institution to protest against his leadership on acts of alleged corruption. Speaking at a press conference on Wednesday in Monrovia, MCC Superintendent James Momo challenged all allegations leveled against him by his colleague, while Superintendent James Momo has boasted of several reforms at the NCSS under his leadership. He reaffirmed his leadership commitment to bringing transformation at the institution in line with the arrest agenda. And out of Liberia now, an American pastor kidnapped by armed men during a church service in South Africa has been freed following a high-intensity shootout that left 3 people dead, the police say. George Sullivan was found unharmed in the township of Quimbaher in the Eastern Cape on Tuesday evening, the area where the 45-year-old was taken last Thursday. There were no immediate detail on the kidnappers who had made a ransom demand. There have been a dramatic increase in kidnappings for ransom in South Africa over the past decade. So in this newscast, a recap of the top stories we have been following. A traditional midwife in her 70s has been arrested on allegation of medical malpractice that reportedly led to the death of a 24-year-old woman. The Ministry of Health has launched monkeypox vaccination in the country. The Environmental Protection Agency has embarked on a major demolition exercise in Maserati County. And out of Liberia, an American pastor kidnapped by armed men during a church service in South Africa has been freed following a high-intensity shootout that left 3 people dead, police says. That's our RCN News Bulletin at 7. I've been Akita Robert.
As we enter today, let me just remind you and inform you that this is a number game. In this game, every number counts. As we have gathered here today, I believe that our Bukuma seat at the House of Representatives is being polished.
O'clock on tonight, by which time we'll bring you 45 minutes of news coming from our newsroom, Truth FM. So again, the time check is nearly 80 minutes past 7. That's the time check. We'll continue with the Sktv show that run up to 8 o'clock. We're back. Mr. Connor, our Monk, and the rest of the team. Mr. Muna is already here, and our guest, panelist, chairman, surprise, Chairman Yato also right here. Yeah, so Mr. Connor, we're back. Where is Cyprian Colley? Well, we got to go Nimba. Okay, so Cyprian is somewhere around here. Yes, I'm here. So bye, Mr. Connor. Yeah, go ahead.
Who, me?
All right, yeah. So again, we're back. Any other 15 to say quickly before we go to the line to hear from our people there in Nimba, to be specific, because
maybe I just wanted to chip in on the messages. You know, I don't know whether the Elections Commission got control over the kind of messages people should preach when they are campaigning, especially divisive politics, you know, toxic politicking. I learned that word from the former chairman of, you know, what's it, the movement for economic empowerment. My man used to say toxic politicking. He said he doesn't like toxic politicking. But what we're hearing, especially from Prophet Key, you know, I listened to excerpt of his video today, some kind of video he did, you know, particularly referencing Representative Musa Berete, you know, talking about his tribe, how, you know, bringing this land grab business back. that the man wants to get power to take your land from you. I think that, and the vice president, other people who are moving with this man, I think they should try to talk to him, for the sake of peace in Nimba County. I don't think it's appropriate at this time to be campaigning on somebody coming to your land. Knowing the history of land, the crisis of land, not just in Nimba, but in the whole country. Somebody can be campaigning and telling people representability is behaving like a missionary, showing white teeth, but under there, he wants to come and take your land. Don't vote Madingo people. And I'm not talking about Madingo people are not citizens. So, and I'm being direct on what he said, and with that kind of thing coming from, somebody that is being carried in the county by the vice president, I think the vice president should call him to order. The last time it was Koga who started that stuff, right? Koga started it, and people, I'm told behind the scenes, they call him to order. So he changed a little bit, except that when he go in the corner, people been telling us at night, he stay preaching, those kind of trouble and hate, divisive politics. But then on camera, at least his tone changed a little bit. They should tell Prophet Key. Or if not, with the 3 days or so remaining, and the kind of way he's spewing out those, hate messages, division and so forth, I'll foresee that, because trust me, you can't be talking about uniting the county, bringing people together, and then you're talking about somebody coming to tail end at this time. I think that's not correct. I just want to make mention of that before we can go to the lines.
Yeah, thank you, Cyprian. Maybe Mr. Khan.
Vice President to call him to order.
Yeah, so that kind of politics is not what we want, and I'm not going to actually give credence to that. What I know is that whether it's Prophet Key or any other person, divisive politics is not acceptable. It's not allowed in Liberia and not in Nimba County. So anybody who sees that as a winning strategy, you are fighting a losing battle. Nimba people are moving on. This election, Musa Bilete is not running. It's Mark Boulon is running because Musa Bilete now support Mark Boulon. If that makes Mark Boulon a Madingo person, that's okay. Madingo people are human beings too. Very resourceful. And when they instantly they can go for it, they don't got two-face. So what we're saying here is that tribal politics is not going to cut it. It's not going to work. They are afraid. When somebody is drowning in the middle of deep sea, deep running water, deep river, somebody is drowning in there, anything get and they will hold it, even sharp knife, they want to hold it because they want to survive. These people, they are drowning. Koga, Bwagai, who they are drowning. I can tell you, their tribal politics will kill them politically. I'm not talking about killing them. They will kill their political, person they are campaigning for, because Limba people are ready to move on. They are looking at development. They are looking at brotherhood. They are looking at unity. They are looking at promoting their children. They don't care about all the tribal politics. We did it before. There's no winner. So we're not going back to that. I believe it's a fair game to call Mark Boulon up if you think he did anything in the past in his position. I also think it's a fair game to call Edith Gonglo for whatever she might have done, positively or negatively. If you know about it, if you know you're saying the truth, talk about it. That's fine. Likewise, Koga served for 13 years now. Koga, why is it that Koga can't run on his record? You don't have to be attacking anybody. That Koga tells people, this is what I did as representative in my district. This is how much development I did in my district. This is what I brought to the Nimba people. These are the prouds that I brought to the Nimba people. But anything less than that, you're just wasting your time. Nimba people are not going to listen to the tribalism. They're not going to listen to the divisive politics. And like I said earlier, somebody got offended that, why is it that Emmanuel Yato is here? And then I'm talking about Mark Kennedy. Because Yato here now, so I'm not talking about Kennedy. So Yato might talk about Kennedy. You can't be serious. I can't put it so. Anyway,
Yeah,
You know
man.
what?
you talk
Yeah,
me. So you to have a time. You want to talk about anything you want to talk about. In fact, me, I'm not going to stay here for a long time. People calling me time to go. I'm going to be leaving. That you are going to be smiling right now to see me gone. So all the world. But anyway, let this call first, and then from there now we can listen. Then we can listen to the chairman. Yeah, let's listen to the Nimba people shipping. What are they saying?
Okay, so let's hear them on 0887 224 214 0772 566 515. Campaign is now in its peak. What is happening to you? What do you say? What is happening around you? We have our first caller on the line. Good evening.
Good evening, Sugar Curry, and good evening to our brother on the TV show.
Good evening. What's your name? Where do you join us from?
I'm joining from Secretary of Black Community to this research. My name is Moses Nangwe, calling from Secretary.
Okay, Moses Nangwe, go ahead.
You know, when a man who don't do nothing, don't have campaign message, the only thing you want to is about politics. How will a man do offer all a full glass on it, and someone who have more experience, that's too right. You know, they just trying to fool the whole family, lying to our mother, our Musa will do war. Musa, okay, more than 4 million property like a blessed to be decided secretary. Who is secretary that have that kind of property? La Musa will do war. You know, they are just attacking Musa any kind of way, they are attacking Honolulu any kind of way. But we know we the people. I told me, Barry, I said, this is our town. The people, what they say, or the past government was doing, now they are doing the tour of the app. They are always what we do. When you are doing a kind of interview, as God to poverty, they kind of criminal and
okay. Okay. So let's do it 30 minutes, 30 seconds. Let's do it 30 seconds per call, yeah? Other people on the line. Okay, thank you very much. The man was taken to the police station. He had not gone to court, but he campaigning. That's a slap in the face of the National Elections Commission. 0887 224 214 and 0772 566 515 are the numbers you can call, be a part of the SKTV show on Truth FM here in Nimba, and other affiliate radio stations are carrying this broadcast live. We have another caller on the line. Good evening. Good evening.
Hello, sir.
Yes?
Yeah, this is Lincoln from the country.
Just be a little bit audible, yeah, Lincoln.
Yeah. That I really want to understand some of our brother. I don't know how they analyze some issues in the country. You see, some of our brother then they have to reason with all, they got to listen to one, the person that is city. Today we don't want to divide the country, and we don't want for us to listen to proper quality. We want for equation to be balanced in the legislation. So our brother then they just sit in Lima, they don't know what unfolding, or in Morovia there, they don't know what unfolding, they don't know what happening. Because they just see today somebody just bring a motor bag or a car to distribute it in the country and other things. That's why it can benefit the future of your children, the next generation. It can't help them.
Okay.
Now we live in the country to listen to our people then to see how best our next generation can be able to be developed. But some of them, they are not thinking that far.
Okay, you made your point. Let's hear you. Next caller. Brown, go ahead.
Yeah, Brown from Morovia. Well, I want to thank all of you for the analysis and the big, function, all the people that on the team campaigning for their various candidates that each want. We don't want conflict. But let me tell you something. The thing is, when you talk about we want balance, Johnson in the Senate. We saw the president, vice president, and Senator Johnson in the Senate. So if you say you want Bannon now, they mean you have to be going to appeal to the people that were wrong in the past and we're going to do it right now. So, extreme travel politics is not a good thing. But people do it that don't have hair match to show. If you have hair match to show, and everybody now in the 21st century that development people want. So if you just show your hair match, then you go down to the big politics, extreme politics, they better so that you can see your way. But everybody we train now, and one morning we'll get it. Who won the election and we all were the situation. I don't want to caution the citizens to know that there is tomorrow. If you constrain yourself today, there is also tomorrow. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Brown Tate. Let's take another caller. Good evening. Yes, sir. Something is wrong with your line. I'm not getting you. Now, go ahead. Okay.
Yeah, just trying to speak on the land evening because of what we saw in this country for the 1 year, and the president is trying to drag on his thinking. Is the candidate, the final candidate, who always talk about people going on rebel that will get agree. They are going in the lower house. They still at the lower house and try to go to the upper house of the society.
Okay, your line is bad. That line is so bad. But maybe I don't know whether you want to hear this. This is something that we have here. Something from Senator Johnson before he died. So let's see if we can do this for you while we take more calls.
My brother is our son. He believes in us, and he will not do anything messy. So he will join the MDR my money, and we will register him, and we'll support him, and he will win. He will go down. He will go down. But my brother is our son. He believes in us, and he will not do anything messy. So he will join the MDR my money, and we will register him, and we'll support him, and he will win. Samuel Cook has been represented 3 times. He has never respected me. That's why I brought him to the politics. So he come to the Senate to be a part of the Senate.
Okay, so that's Senator Johnson, the late talking about.
Thank you, Cyprian. So, I don't know whether maybe Chairman Yacho want to maybe talk a little bit before we go to the line.
Yeah, let the chairman come in.
yeah, we can have the chairman just say this. Yeah, so chairman, you've been following all of the activities. Like Cyprian said, with all of the political attack, instead of people discussing the issues, they are now going quarter with people maybe attacking Trump and so forth. What say you?
You know what? I am thankful for being here. Melbourne, there is always life after elections. But also, like Monk knows, in the campaign process, things do come up. What we've tried to do in our campaign is to present the best case. But that tape reviews something. Edith is the only candidate that have contested directly against Prince Johnson. But you know what happened? Prince Johnson has nothing but good thing to say about Edith. Prince knew that she was not only competent, but that she was somebody as a mother that could unify Neighbor County. So what Koga is doing today is not strange. When you don't have anything, you will pull everything out of your pocket to disturb the other person. But Nima will have to unify itself after the election, and Koga is not that person that can do it. And I'll submit to you, Melbourne, that when you look at where we are today, Nima has always made a choice based on who the thing is best. Remember now, in 2011, they elected 2 Gil person, and we didn't complain because Nima thought at that time they were the two person that needed to represent them. When you go to 2020, this particular vice president, like Koga, was occupying a position. And he said, I want to run. He didn't realize that Nima had to have a split ticket. But Nima said yes, and we never questioned their judgment. We're saying today that we need a mother at the table when you have 11 people that no one woman is in there. Nima is 51% women. I mean, they have absolutely no representation. But we're not saying vote for Edith because she's just a woman. But Edith is very competent. She presents the case more than anybody else. Let me tell you, Maple, what happened in life. When God gave you a chance to be a manager for the radio station and you can't manage it, why should we promote you? That's the question that Koga has to answer. But also remember, for 1 year and 10 months, Edith was superintendent of Nima County. You didn't realize that she was the first person to bring the yellow machine we talk about. The first superintendent in the new dispensation that order machines. And mind you, she was among all these men. That college you're talking about in Nima today, she was instrumental in working with the people to bring about the first college outside of the major ones that were in the government. So we're saying today we have some fine candidates like Mark. We're just saying that at this time, when you have a person like Koga that talks nothing about unity, his actions speaks volume. And we are saying today that the campaign is coming to an end, and we got to live with each other after this election. Nima will not move forward when you have a person like Koga in there. What will he say to Edith? What will he say to Mark? What will he say to Garrison? Come and join me when you malign them, when you malign Musa ability. It's not about tribe. The first Manigo man was a senator in 1985. Nima has always made the best choice, and we trust this time they will. We trust this time that Nima will put somebody there that will bridge all of the various groups. And who can better do that than the mother? When we all fuss, we fuss with our fathers, we always fall back to our mother because they produce us. They carry us for 9 months. They have experiences that the man would not have. When your father goes to the farm or go to the next town, your mother is somebody that will always be around. And Edith is that person that we know. We don't have to malign somebody else. We don't have to throw mud at somebody else. We just say that we present the case and let Nima decide. But we will not allow Koga to cheat. All you guys know that all he banks on, he's bringing people from Ivory Coast. Okay? Now they're buying the ballot box. As to who supports them or not, I know from my heart and from talking to people on the ground that Nima will make the choice that we all will be proud of. And at the end of the day, that person's responsibility will be to unite Nimba so that Nimba can move on and be the county that it is, the most progressive, the most economically viable county. And everybody wants to be like Nimba, but you gotta have somebody that can put those people together. So we're very proud to be here, and I know Sktv has been the corner piece for the diaspora. And after this election, we all will get together and we'll support this institution because it's always been the platform that we use to bring people together, whether they were in Europe or they're in America or they're in Liberia. Musa have always allowed us the platform. So I'm very thankful that I'm here today to just say hi to my people in Nima County and saying that we are ready. We want to count your ballots. We want to make sure that the votes you cast is the vote. And I will guarantee you that by 12 o'clock at night, you will know who win the election because we have the best machinery in terms of poll watching. Nobody has it. And when the chairman say
so you are talking about before 12 a.m. That means we will know the winner
you will know the winner.
Nima County.
you will know the winner. Because for the first time in the history of Liberia, you will see poll watching like you've never seen before.
Wow. Mark, you want to ask the chairman question? Maybe before we go back to the line to interact with our people? Maybe better stay Muna and Cyprian.
Well, the chairman said it all. For me, I don't have a horse in this race, but I'm against the regime candidate, and that for a bigger reason for 2029. And you can tell, they got a say in politics: if you don't have anything to run on, turn your opponent into something people might run from. That's exactly what he's doing with the divisive politics, with the tribal politics, and that's the reason they brought Prophet Key. That's the main reason. In as much as we want to put the whole tribal politics behind us, we are not getting over tribal politics just in this election cycle in Nima County, so people can rest assured that. But the video that Cyprian just played, it seems like I think Mark Blewon got more endorsement than the guy who was pretending to get an endorsement from Prince Johnson. That one shocked me with that little recording or that little clip. But it's up to the Nimbayans to decide. And I know whether it's about Mark Blewon, whether it's about Edith, and like the chairman said, the people should pick the best among them. And the one thing about this election is all the major candidates, they had the opportunity to serve one way or another. Whether it was Edith, whether it was Mark Blewon, they served in public offices before. And I think their record should be the one to speak for them. But the whole thing about coming to take people lane, I don't know how it's going to play out. But it's up to the Nimbayans to make that call.
Great. Cyprian Cody, this is for Madam Edith Gonglowe, and you in the He's been following all of the campaign activities. Even there are some videos I'm seeing right now. I'm watching that. In fact, the candidates just enter Ganta along with Honorable Yeka Koruba, and you see all of the happening. What say you with the chairman?
Yeah, the first thing is I just want to talk a little bit about this short, audio that I just played. Maybe that audio is a recent audio. It came just around the senatorial by-elections that brought Yan Twain to power. You remember after the general elections, now Vice President Kun won, on the ticket of the Unity Party. So that his slot, the Senate seat was made vacant. And then Yan Twain, so even before Senator Johnson, even in just 2023, April of 2023 or thereabout, Senator Johnson had endorsed, Mark Blewon over Samuel Koga. But it played out that the vice president now, who was the senator, but just elected vice president at the time, he talked to Mark Blewon, to stay out of the elections, to allow Yan Twain to run. That's how Mark stayed out of the election. Even when we interviewed Mark, he made mention of how he was talked to by this vice president for him to stay out of the race for Yan Twain, and that his time will come. So Senator Johnson said at the time on his tip that he would prefer, Mark Blewon, and that even if Mark Blewon resigns from the CDC and join the MDR, he will campaign for Mark. He will ensure that Mark will win because Representative Samuel Koga had never, had never been there to respect him. He disrespected him throughout, and that his going to the Senate will cause confusion, will be chaotic. That's what the senator said before his death. So now, again, the narrative that we are hearing from Honorable Samuel Koga is that he was endorsed, by Senator Johnson ever since. So he got an endorsement of Senator Johnson. But let's see how it plays out. On the issue of Madam Edith Gongolo, where her campaign has been going very well, except for while we heard in District 4, that disturbance. I don't know how it's been playing out. So maybe the chairman will tell us now, since that incident in District 4 along the border there, how is it with the Edith Gongolo campaign in terms of intimidation and so forth as you go about?
That's the history of Koga. Koga will never unite people. If Koga would deliberately insult and disrespect Prince Johnson, who do you think he would not disrespect? When Libo Koga won, he will win this election by hook or crook. And one of those things is to intimidate people. And we are not going to be disturbed by his intimidation. We thought that at that time it was good to leave because this election has to be in peace. Oh man, when the elections is finished, we got to live together. Nima is not Gil and Mana. Nima has Bastard Crown, Pele, they have Badingo. Those are the other tribes that equally have rights. So we are saying to Nimadians, don't be intimidated. Vote your conscience. Look among them. And I guarantee to you, of the 7 persons, the least person is Koga. Because Koga does not exemplify what is good about Liberia. Nima, if they elect Koga, will be telling us that they really don't want any good person to preside over this country. Because, Nima is very important. The platform represents where we will go in 2029. And if you elect a person like Koga that has absolutely no intention of bridging the gap, he will separate people on tribe, he will separate people on sex. You're a woman. Can you imagine the vice president will say that either should run for representative? So are you telling me that 51% of the population has no right to govern? And we know that the last 3 or 4 years, the best president we had was a woman. And without Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, we will see today where Liberia is going to be. When 2005, we were nowhere, but Ellen came and took us from where we were, and he put us on the equal playing field with the rest of the world. So we're saying that Nima will be well represented when a woman is there to add that voice. I would have loved that 2029, Nima will at least split, whether 50% woman, 50% man. And every county should do that. But Koga is bad for us as a people. So whether you live in Nima or not, he has demonstrated that he doesn't have the capacity to unite anybody. Look at what he's done in the House. Should we elevate him to go? Remember now, there's a woman who is the president pro tem. If he doesn't represent respect women, how do you think he's going to deal with Madam Kanga Lawrence as the president of the Senate, the pro tem? It is going to be a disaster. So we are here to say to support.
Yes, thank you, Chairman. We will give you most of the time, maybe on another day. Thank God that we still having a long time. The election will be next week, Tuesday, for matter of fact, and hopefully, maybe if you stay in the nation capital, you will come back on the SKTV show. But that goes straight to the line to interact with our people. I know I see from your lines, Steve.
The lines are still blinking. Yes.
Okay, wonderful. Yeah, go ahead.
Come back to Nimba County. The lines are open again for your, because this is about Nimba. So we want to hear from you more. 0887-224-214 and 0772-566-515. Let's hear from you. Welcome. Good evening.
Hello?
Yes, you're live on the radio. Please go ahead. Okay, your line seems not to be going through us. Let's hear from you. Welcome.
Good evening, Trevor.
Yeah, good evening.
It is Sam Nakas calling from Gompa City.
You call for Gompa. Go ahead.
We don't want to make Sam Kuga famous in Nimakari. Sam Kuga is a discriminator upon a minor. Sam Kuga does not represent peace. Sam Kuga is not a recipe of unity in Nimakari. What he has done to the lower house, we expect him to have resolved that before taking any political step. So based on that particular scenario, he is giving a serious political red card. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Giving a political red card, let's replace you with another caller. This is the time for Niba to speak. Speak your mind or forever hold your peace on 0887-224-214 and 0772-566-515. Let's take this caller on the line. Good evening. 30 seconds per call, please. Let's do it 30 seconds per call because we got limited time. Maybe if you got call from your side, you can take it.
All right. So yes.
Let's take this question. Hello.
All right.
Yeah.
Good evening.
Yeah.
Good evening. Please go ahead. You're live on the SKTV show.
Yeah, thank you. First of all,
Go ahead.
Well, I will congratulate you guys for your show, watching it, and monitor your show from start to end. We understand that Lima is not the bread party for businessmen. Lima was created by men and women. There were great men and women in this country. They just have fought there and they are not no longer living on earth. But we should understand that this country belongs to female and male. After God created the Garden of Eden, God made man in his own image and also made woman. Seven to men. So we should understand that the way our the chairman said, men and women identifier. Today, Kokra has created prophet in a house, in a real house. Then you listen from there, coming to the people of Lima, telling the people of Lima to vote. Where are we going? There will be enough prophet to come in. And now the vice president that we consider him to be a servant for the people of Gabriel has said to them and be manager for Koga. So where are we? He has a permanent available job in the bush, put and down, can't go out for Koga. Is this the way the people of Gabriel is supposed to be, or the leader of Gabriel, is this the way the school is supposed to be? That the direction is supposed to be, or? I'm asking the people of Lima, those disaster politics, those God preaching, we shouldn't go by it. There was no deal, there was no manner in the literality. Lima, the Liberians should be at one. But those gentlemen, because of power greed, because of self-interest, they have divided Lima. So I am pleading to the people of Lima that those divided politics that those gentlemen are preaching, we shouldn't go by it. We should elect the right person that he or she will stand by the country, especially in his own way.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's hear from somebody else. Hello?
Hello, sir.
Yes, welcome. This is the SKTV show.
Chairman. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. What's your name? Where do you join us from?
I'm man calling from Tinker Village.
Tinker Village, okay.
Yeah, I want to know whether I want to vote.
Who are you asking?
I'm asking you whether I want to vote in Lima.
What I want to do our discussion? I'm a voter.
If you are not one of the voters, then you are invaluable. Don't discuss about Lima.
Okay. But man, I'm a registered voter. I can vote a Johnny Vocal.
Go straight to the issue and forget about my voting business.
Johnny, but let me answer the man people. I can vote. I'm a registered voter. I can vote a Johnny Vocal High School exactly. That's where I register. Let me hear you. Welcome. Yes, sir.
I think I call. Let our call just be the last. So we can
be the last caller.
You
be the last caller. Just be audible.
Thank you for the show tonight, and I get around for the food. But I want to speak about the person that asked for the regular voter in Lima. You are Lima person. We're not there for salvation. We're there for what you can do for the people. We're not there what you can do for the people. Honorable Samuel from the Fuka, you now belong for the country. Because the vice president of the country, the country is forever to even for me, and I have no confidence in you that the people can get confidence in you. Because the president of the country, why you need to say to us, now what you say to us now? You say to us that Honorable Buka is going to the horse and Tata the horse. So you want to tell all that Honorable Buka and the one of the violent person to the horse? Now, we will not pick that. When you say Honorable Buka, because Honorable Buka is somebody that is competent and he's glad to come to agenda. We're not going to make the school one will be saying something other people and they're not in that school the country. We have to be somebody one for the country and they're not one thing to the country.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
We gotta go. We have only about 7 more minutes. So let's start with the chairman.
You want the chairman? Okay, let the chairman go.
Yeah. So chairman, 1 minute, please. We gotta go. We haven't out of time. We want to be in time, please.
1 second. Thanks a lot, Mayor Bond, for this time. Oh man, you're doing bad to the women of Nima. You got all these men calling. You can open a line for women to talk to. They are 51% now. So I hope you're not some kind of spy for Koga.
No, we don't
Because
have
look
no
like only the men you take the call from.
Man, everybody can fight on the scene now.
Well, on a serious note, Koga, Mabel, thanks a lot for this show. SKTV has always been a show that have equal balance, and we hope that next week the people of Nima will decide, and their decision will be based on who is best to serve them and to serve Liberia. Because you're a senator for Nima, but you're also by extension senator for Liberia. So thank you for this opportunity to talk about Edith and her love and record for Nima County.
Thank you, Chairman. Yes, Mark or Cyprian, I know any of you now, so that we can go. But
Well,
I think that Mark,
for me, I learned something from the clip that came from Cyprian, because I think it gets a confirmation what the late senator said, because technically he's saying that the Nibayan shouldn't send Koga to the Senate. And if Koga is creating this narrative that he's the one that's supposed to succeed the late senator, then that case is there on the rival, because what he literally saying that he shouldn't be someone that should be sent to the Senate. And I guess the people of Nima County should look at the top two alternative, that is between Madam Edith and maybe, I mean, not maybe, but I would say Mark Blewan, and they can make a better choice based on their record. But this whole idea about Koga, I think they heard it from the late senator himself, and the reason him passing the House alone is more than sufficient to tell the Nimbayan that no, this guy is now a top candidate. So that's it for them. It's up to them to make that call. But that should be the proper way to go. The top two candidate.
wonderful. Thank you, Mark. Muna, yeah, go ahead, Muna.
Yeah. Okay, let me say many thanks to the callers, listeners as well, followers, supporters for always being there for SKTV. Do join us tomorrow, same time for the program. Until then, Muna Lagri, I wish you guys a wonderful, wonderful night. Bye-bye.
And so, maybe since I'm the last, I just wanted to push this through, and I'm going to be following it up on tomorrow. You know, recently, the vice president made a pronouncement that the World War would have resumed. The Chinese people would have come back, in which are coming. But my information is that no, the Chinese, the actual people that were doing the work are not bad. And in fact, the machines that were on that road have been taken out again. And no road work going on as we speak. There is no road work going on the Ganta to Sktv-Lib highway, which is concerning because you know the rains are just around. And if nothing is done, trust me, that road is going to come and will affect all of us here. So we again want to remind the vice president that the Chinese people you talk about, that you said we're going to come on the road, our information is that they've been taken out. They're not there. Nobody working there. No road work going on, and the rains are just around the corner. Thank you, Mabel.
Thank you so much, Cyprian Cody, and thanks to Mark. Thanks to all of our followers, our viewers, those of you that are always burning your batteries and all your data. Thanks to all of you. We see it again on tomorrow by the grace of the Almighty God. To our people on Nima County, the best thing to do is to be united. No matter what happens, no matter what kind of politics that you think that you want to talk about, the best thing to do is for you to be united as people and be able to develop your beloved county. That's the best way to go. Thanks to all of you. Good night from our end, Cyprian. And thank you so much. Thank you so much for the hard work. We catch up again. That will be on tomorrow by the grace of the Almighty God. Wonderful.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Qualified people who willing to serve. Blessing our time and our efforts are rest. The brothers giving us care and the parents of them. So welcome and life with African.
I lyrical
Master.
Clay Paris, who make you, I can't SKTV venue. Say my journey, Tina get I say my yamu. And yes, I know money, and more I know. And you love
SKTV, the best in Liberia. SKTV, the best in Africa. SKTV, the best in Mama Liberia. Muscle Rider, Lofa, and Grand Bazaar.
And I dine ya to money, and I salia ya to money, and I quantity ya to money, and I put ya to money, and I dine ya to money. ena salia ya tumale, ena kwana gli ya tumale, ena koduvwa ya tumale, ena na pagiyari na ya tumale, Sktv, ena na pagiyari na, tosi wako ma ya tumale,
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. My soul rather lopa and grandmaster.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking for podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and out part of the globe. Qualified people who waiting to sell. The flesh, the time, and the efforts are red. The broadcast we giving are real and I promise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from River Sass, River G to Chile, from Cancun, Bombay, Cape Mount, Montserrat, San to Bacalu, from Maryland, Bonk to Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.